sweet fun bookworm. I am Tiffany. I'm so glad y'all found me again today. My channel is all about cozy mysteries and romance books, and today I'm talking about the June cozy mystery releases. Now I am splitting this up into two parts, so there'll be the traditionally published kind of books, and then there'll be the like KU and indie books that are also coming out. Both of them have some great books coming out on their list. Can't wait to share them with you. Let me know which of these that you're excited about, that you've been waiting on, what series that you love. Anything else that you want to talk about with cozies, down in the comments is the place to do it. On your way down to comment, please don't forget to stop, hit the subscription and the notification bell. Notification bell is going to tell you when I put out new videos each and every single week so you don't miss anything. And the subscription keeps my channel growing, which is so exciting, and I'm just having so much fun with it. All right, so let's get to it. We're talking about June, part 1. These are the mostly traditionally published. I say that because maybe a few squeaked in that were indie, and maybe vice versa on the indie list, a few squeaked in, but I just wanted to divide it up into two because it would have been too long of a video to do as one. So this is how I'm doing it. All right, let's get to it in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so a few updates for the week. On Sundays, on our Killing Time with Cozies Discord, we're doing Sunday day chats. Anybody can go on at any time and do like voice sprints and just kind of chat about cozies and hang out. It's all day long on there. On Mondays, we do reading sprints at 7 p.m. and we flip-flop between my two good friends, Storm and Lee. Their channels are Storm from Storm Reads and Lee from Dark Roots Creations. This week, it'll be on Lee's channel. Again, Dark Roots Creations at 7 p.m. Eastern. On Tuesdays, I believe that Mr. Francie does sprints on the Discord. And then on Wednesdays, we're right here at 6 p.m. Eastern. I was thinking about changing it to 6:30 because sometimes I am rushing and I just feel like I would have a breather if I made it 6:30. So I think if I can let everybody know, I'm going to start doing Wednesdays at 6:30. So maybe we won't start it this week, but it will be probably coming up. All right, so my channel Wednesdays, on Thursdays, I'm not sure. I want to say that Mr. Francie does sprints on Thursdays as well. And then the days that Mr. Francie does sprints in the Discord are usually days that on days that I don't sprint, I'm usually hanging out with my husband, so it's hard for me to know everybody's schedule. I'm so sorry. And Saturdays, we are back here for the Killing Time with Cozies. This Saturday coming up is the nautical lighthouse water theme. So anything with a boat on it, a lighthouse, a water of any kind, lake, beach, whatever. So join us for that. We'll be chit-chatting it up. We read, we have a good time. I think that is everything as far as events, and then readathons. So from what I know going on right now, middle grade May is still going on, and we'll finish at the end of the month. I think it was for the whole month. I'm having so much fun with it. I've read 3 middle grades, which is new for me. And then Mr. Francie is doing a readathon, and Lee from Dark Roots Creations has a readathon. And I think both of those went through the end of the month, but you'll have to check out their channels for all the details, just so I don't give you wrong information. Okay. I think we are prepared to move forth with our new books, and there are some good ones. So excited. Let's get started. So the first book I want to tell you about is from one of the ladies that I met at Malice. I talked about her book just last week, and I'm happy to say it is releasing this June, which is like next week. All right, so it is Welcome Home to Murder. Gonna put it right here. This is the first book in the Hometown Mystery series by Rosalie Spielman. And in this, the main character is coming back to her small town, which has a very small population. She's going to help her aunt at her aunt's auto body shop, which I think is really cool. And she has spent 20 years in the armed forces, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be great. I'm so excited about it. I love small town settings. I'm really, really stoked for this one. All right. So the next one on our list is Ellie Alexander is releasing the 15th Bake Shop mystery, Donut Disturb, right here. So in this one, our main character is Jules Capshaw. She is an employee at her family's Tort Bake Shop. This takes place in Ashland, Oregon, and I can't wait to see what the gang is up next. I'm actually not caught up, so I won't be reading 15, but it's on my SAS list, and I think I'm like at 9 or 10, and I am loving this series. Next up is a series I don't know much about, but I have read her. So the author is Kirsten Weiss. She is putting out book 2 in the Big Murder Mystery series. It's going to be called Big Bad. All I read from the little synopsis is it says, "Hi, I'm Alice. I'm a 30-something ex-bodyguard." That sounds really intriguing. I am definitely intrigued by this one. Next up, we have Lorna Barrett is putting out a new Booktown. Number 16 is coming out. It's called Claws of Death. So our main character in this one is Trisha. She is the owner of Haven't Got a Clue, which is a mystery bookstore. So she lives in a town where there's a bunch of bookstores, and each bookstore is a different theme and genre. It takes place in New Hampshire. It has such a cool premise. This series is very up and down for me. One I'll love, and then the next one I'm really not a fan of, and it's kind of just very up and down for me. And part of it is the characters. I don't know that I always feel that they are the most consistent. So it's still a very enjoyable series. I know a lot of people really love it. That's just my take on it. Next up, book 13 called Stark Raving Maud. I was going to say mad because that makes sense, but no, of course, it's a pun. What was I thinking? Let me start over. The next one is called Stark Raving Maud. It's going to be right here. This is the 13th book in the Samantha Kidd series. This is by Diane Valor. I have not read this series, but I have read books by her, and I really enjoy her. This one takes place in Pennsylvania, and it says that our main character, Samantha, is an ex-fashion buyer. We have a book 1 spotting. Book 1, new book, new series. So excited. And this one is by an author who I really enjoy, and I got to meet at Malice, and she was the loveliest. I just think she was so amazing. So the book series is called A Vintage Cookbook Cozy Mystery Series. Book number 1 is called Bayou Book Thief, and this is, of course, by the amazing Ellen Byron. The main character is Ricky James. They are a young widow, and they are returning to New Orleans to work in a culinary museum. I am so excited about it. Like I said, I got to meet Ellen at Malice. I love her Cajun country. She won an award at the Agatha Christie and gave the most wonderful speech. She was just so lovely. I can't wait to start this new series. Next up is book 10 coming out called Muddled Through. This is the 10th book in the Maine clambake series by Barbara Ross, who I also met at Malice and who was lovely. Such a lovely, lovely woman. So our main character in this one is Julia Snowden, and she owns a clambake business with her family. This takes place in Maine. We have another new series. I feel like I need a megaphone. That's what this is. New series. So excited. I'm a little like, this is just my take. I'm a little like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about this new series. The premise, I'll never know until I try it. It's by an author I love. It is the Survivors Book Club Cozy Mystery Series. Book number 1 is called The Tuesday Night Survivor Club. Gonna be right here. This is by Lynn Cahoon. I think is fabulous. She writes a number of series that I enjoyed. The Tourist Trap, the Farm to Fork, The Kitchen Witch. I really, really enjoy her books. But this one, I don't know. So only because, again, the premise is like, ooh, is this gonna be like a fun cozy? Because I read cozies just to have, a good time. But it could be amazing. You never know. So our main character, Rarity Cole, is a breast cancer survivor in Sedona, New Mexico. So I think it's amazing that, we have a character that's a breast cancer survivor. I love that it takes place in New Mexico. I just don't know how much it focuses on that. And for some people, somebody out there might read this book, really relate to it and love it and need it in their time of whatever's going on. I'm just saying, for me, I only read for fun, and I don't want to read something if it's sad. That's all. Just a personal kind of, my take on it. All right. So next up, we have book 12 coming out. It's called Double Trouble. This is part of the Maternal Instincts Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Diana Orgain. Our main character is Kate Connolly. She is a new mom and a private investigator in California. I have not read this, but I read, I think, a couple series by her. I think she writes the For Love or Money series. I hope I'm not saying it wrong. She also writes a series, I can't remember what the series is called, but where it's a bar, but the bar allows and like encourages people to bring their dogs. So I know one of the books was called like Yappy Hour or something. Very, very cute. So I do know that I enjoy her writing, and I've known some people who've tried this one and really, really like it. So the next series is one, I don't know how I ever heard about this. I don't know how someone hasn't told me about this. I am so excited. It is only book 2, so I can catch up really fast. I might move this to the top of my TBR or close to the top of my TBR. So the series is called the Harlem Renaissance Cozy Mystery Series. The book number 2 is called Harlem Sunset. And I just think this sounds so intriguing. So it says 1926, so it's a historical mystery in Harlem. It says young black women like Louise Lloyd are ending up dead. Following a harrowing kidnapping ordeal when she was in her teens, Louise is doing everything she can to maintain a normal life. She's succeeding too. She spends her days working at Maggie's Cafe and her nights at Zodiac, Harlem's hottest speakeasy. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I might have to move it to the top of my list. If anybody's read that, please tell me 2 things. 1, why you didn't tell me about it, and 2, are you enjoying? All right, next up is the Cat Cafe Mystery Series. Book number 6 is coming out. I love the title. It's called Gone But Not Forgotten. It's right here. The main character is Maddie James. She is a cat cafe owner, which I don't know how I feel about. I think I've said this before. Again, I should have a disclaimer that says all these opinions are just my own. But that's why I made this channel, to talk about my opinions about books. So that's what you're getting. I don't know how I feel about a cat cafe. I enjoy cats. Y'all know I enjoy coffee. But do I want cats climbing on like my couches and stuff like that while I'm drinking coffee? I don't know how I feel about that. But I know I do have some friends that have been to like real cat cafes and they love them. So there you go. Takes place in Daybreak Island, Massachusetts. Next up is a series I'm really excited about. Again, book 2 is coming out. I may have heard of this one, and I know if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's already on my TBR, need to check, but it is definitely going on my TBR if it's not the one I think of. So book number 2 is called The Proof is in the Poison. This is part of the Southern Homebrew Mystery Series. This is by Diane Kelly. It says our main character is Hattie Hayes, and she is a moonshiner in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am so excited to check that one out. Next up is one that I am completely caught up in. Was on my SAS list last year. A new book is coming out. Book number 9 is called Death at Beach Read. This is part of the Lighthouse Library series by Eva Gates, who is AKA Vicki Delaney. Our main character is Lucy. She's a librarian, and this takes place in Bodie Island, North Carolina, and it's a good, solid read. Such a good series. And if you need a lighthouse book for the Lighthouse Scavenger Hunt pick, that's this Saturday, you can start this series and read book number 1. I think it's called By Book or By Crook. But why am I trying to tell you title 1 when there's so many series in my head? I don't know. Number 1 in the Lighthouse Library series would be perfect. I think I probably told you the wrong title. Oh well. All right. Moving on. Next up, We have number 3 in the Fairy Garden Mystery Series. It's called A Hint of Mischief. This is by Daryl Gerbur. It says our main character is Courtney Kelly, who is a fairy garden store owner in Carmel, California. Next up, we have another series I am caught up on and waiting on this new one. So book number 3 is coming out. It's called A Fatal Booking. This is part of the Book Lovers B&B series by Victoria Gilbert. Love her. I had interviewed her and then got to the chance to meet her in person at Malice. She was wonderful. The main character in this is Charlotte Reed. She is the owner of a B&B, and this takes place in Beaufort, North Carolina. Can't wait for that one. Next up is a first in a series, and this one sounds really intriguing. So the book is going to be called A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons. It's going to be right here. This is going to be part of the new Saffron Everleigh Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Cate Cavari. And it says, the only part of the blurb says, the lost apothecary. The lost apothecary meets dead girls in this fast-paced STEMinist adventure. Sounds super intriguing. I know it's going on my TBR. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I would love to hear what y'all think of it. I like plant stuff, so I don't know. I think that'll be really good. All right. Next one, I have read book 1 in. I really enjoyed. I need to get to book 2. It's just the time to get to it because there's so many books I want to read. So book number 3 is coming out of the Cape Cod Foodie series. Book number 3 is called Murder is No Picnic. This is by Amy Pershing. Our main character graduated from the CIA. Not what you're thinking. Well, it could be if I say graduated, exactly what you're thinking. But the CIA, contrary to popular belief in this series, does not mean Central Intelligence Agency. It means she graduated from the Culinary Institute of America. And she comes back to her hometown in Cape Cod, or her aunt's hometown. I can't remember if it's actually hers. And she takes a job as like a restaurant food blogger. Really enjoyed book 1. Next up is a series that I just recently read book 1 in. I really enjoyed. Book 5 is coming out. It's called 5 Bells Too Many. This is part of the Sarah Blair Cozy Mystery Series. This is by Deborah H. Goldstein. So the little blurb says, married at 18, divorced at 28, Sarah Blair reluctantly swaps her luxury lifestyle for a cramped studio apartment and a law firm receptionist job in her hometown. I really, really enjoyed book 1. She has a twin sister. It was really fun. The last one that I have for you today, I'm really excited to know that this series is still going. I'm not caught up in it, but it is on my SAS list, so I will be working on it this year. So book 17 is coming out. It's called A Catered Doggy Wedding. Isn't that adorable? This is part of the Mischief recipe series. I always call it a catered series because literally every title is a catered Halloween, a catered doggy wedding, a catered Christmas. You get the idea. So this is by Isis Crawford. I love what I've read of this series. I've absolutely loved it. Our main characters are Bernie and Libby. They are sisters and they own a catering company in New York. Their father was on the police force. He was hurt on the job and he has had to retire and he helps them out solving crimes. It is such a great, fun series. Really enjoyed it. There you go. Told you there were some great books coming out. Let me know what you're most excited about reading. Give me a big thumbs up for this video. And until next time, may all your future reads be 5 stars. Bye, everybody.